right? Now, Alabama baseball coach Brad Bohannon fired after being linked to suspicious bets. Now, this shit is fucking crazy, y'all. Because if you don't understand, right? I know some people that watch the pod probably like, fam, we don't even really care about sports like that. Let me get you to understand something. If the coach that's running the program, right? If they're making bets to lose the game, that is fucking up the entire system of everything. To me, it is worse than what Mark Cuban did when he was trying to attain games, because he could have bet money on those games too. But he didn't get caught betting. If you're betting, that means you are not only intentionally losing, you're trying to profit from you losing on the side. And this, to me, this is why they stopped. They never wanted to introduce betting in the first place. Because I actually thought to myself, to be honest with you, I actually thought that this was going to be a problem when they introduced betting. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, what you think about that situation?
To me, it's just starting to show that betting, not just in his situation, but betting just in the sports world right now is bad. What, Detroit Lions just suspended 4 players last week because they're all betting on the games that they lost this year. That just happened last week. They suspended 4 of their players.
I did not know that.
Yes, and one of them was Jamison Williamson from Alabama standout receiver they had last year.
Alabama is going in with these bets, ain't they? Alabama coach, you got Alabama players.
And it sits here and makes me think: is what they've been saying the past 2 years true? Is the fucking NFL rigged?
I've been thinking that anyway, but fam, who's to say that every game ain't being betted on? Low key, because where do we really stop the bucket? Like, you can have your cousin or somebody that you know close to you go bet, and then you throw the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the wildest shit. Like, low key, I feel like the real behind the scenes joint is being related to somebody who's in the NFL or in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because you could be like, hey fam, y'all gonna win or lose, and they be like, hey, bet on us losing. And then be like, what? Wait, what? All right, bet I'm gonna bet 500. And then come around and win like 100,000 or some shit because the odds are so in favor for this other team. You know what I'm saying? So I actually got one of my boys. He is a big time bettor. I'm talking about this dude probably bets every game. I wanna see if he picks up so I can get his perspective on this. So give me just a second. Let me call him real quick.
I can't believe you didn't know that about the Lions.
Fam, I had no idea.
Yeah, 4 players got suspended last week because of that.
What? That's crazy. Hey, Ken, what up, my G?
Chilling on this Overwatch with the homies, dog. You know, something light.
Something light. That Overwatch, I dig it. Hey, fam, I don't know if you heard about this shit, fam, but because we on the pod right now to let you know, so don't say anything too crazy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your girl to be like, hey, yo, the hell going on? Feel me?
100%.
But so Alabama baseball coach, man, about Brad Bohannon. Did you hear about this? He was bad this shit.
Yeah. See, the crazy, like, here's my thing, bro, and I'm not even trying to get on my soapbox, but you got a situation now where a lot of athletes are being either fired.
We just talked about that.
Or, you know what I'm saying, they're being put on some type of suspension or probation for, you know what I'm saying, betting on sports. I personally don't agree with it. I think that if you're going to have a situation, you know what I'm saying, where people play sports, as long as you're not betting on the sport that you're playing, I think that's fair, you know.
So as long as they're not betting on the game that they're playing, is good.
Yeah, I think you should be good, but I think you're running the risk of, you know what I'm saying, you got Pete Rose too, and you know what I'm saying, people who deserve to be like in the MLB Hall of Fame, and because of them betting, you know, they lost their opportunity.
Wait, this blocked them from getting in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Pete Rose, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Pete Rose is somebody who bet on sports, and his numbers support him going into the Hall of Fame, but because he bet on sports, you know, he got blackballed, bro. think it's kind of messed up for him because here's the thing, like, it's not like dude was betting on himself, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But he did bet on the game. And here's the thing.
What was the? Do you know what the outlook was? He betting he's gonna win or lose though?
That I'm not sure of.
Because if I feel like if he was betting that they was gonna lose, I feel like that should have more impact than if he was betting on them winning because the nigga had that much confidence. You know what I mean? Like I feel like 100%. That is important.
100%. I think, you know what I'm saying, depending upon if an athlete is betting, like you said, if they're going to win or going to lose. If they're going to win, like, they're going to try harder, bro. I think
exactly. Like, you shouldn't hold it against them. But if they betting they going to lose, it's like, hold on, fam. Are you going to throw this game? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, I don't understand that, bro. I think you give people the opportunity to kind of do what they want to do as long as it's not messing up the integrity of whatever game they're playing too, bro. Like, that's important.
So you don't think they should have fired this guy?
Was he betting on baseball?
He was betting on the game.
I mean, he was betting
on their game.
He was betting on their game, fam.
See, that's a tough one. Like I said, like if you're betting on a different sport, I think that's something, you know, something different.
And see, that's the thing.
It says linked to suspicious betting, bro.
Right, suspicious. I read some other shit, and they said they were thinking that he was betting on some of the games that he was on. But think about it. What other type of suspicious bets would there be other than the games you're involved in? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're betting on football and your baseball, that's not going to be suspicious.
Like, let's be real, bro. At the end of the day, if Vegas is going to make the call, bro, they're going to make the call. I think that, you know, as long as you're not betting on your actual team, you should be able to do whatever you want to do.
Right. But that's what makes me lead to the thought that the only thing that makes sense for somebody to just go straight up and try to terminate somebody is it's gotta be with somebody betting on their team. Like they say, nah, fam, to me that's too suspicious to allow.
And all it says is suspicious wagering activity surrounding a Crimson Tide baseball game. So he already messed up, bro.
And you see what I'm saying? Like
you can't bet. Like, fam, I get it. You might want your team to win, but like there has to be certain rules in place. Like if you're gonna bet, bro, you can bet. Just don't bet on your team in the game.
Yep.
Or against, bro. As long as if you're gonna bet, bro, you gotta have the ability to say, like, look, I'm gonna bet on this other team. I'm gonna bet on a completely different sport. If I'm playing baseball, I'm only betting on football, basketball, tennis, whatever the case may be, whatever your fix is. But the second you start betting like in your sport, I think it's a slippery slope, and I think that's what they're trying to do.
Nah, ain't no slippery slope, nigga. That's why you get to me. That's why you got to fire a nigga. Period. Because anything baseball where you could talk to another coach or like, fam, you know how the good old boy network is, fam. Like niggas be on that, you know. Hey man, let me tell you about this. Like I feel like you shouldn't be able to even do anything in college. Like nah, leave college alone. Go to the pros and bet on that shit. Like don't even fuck with it because I feel like any of that shit could be like corroborated. Like oh nah, he talked to the coach and the coach told him the other coach told him that a guy who was insider information who's supposed to be in there, but nobody know he's hurt, but he found out and he do a big bet that they gonna lose because they missing due, but nobody knows about it because it's not announced yet. See what I'm saying? And then boom, he makes his bet, but it's too late. Huh?
You honestly think they're not doing that right now?
I think they are, but I think that's why they letting this man go. In my opinion,
I think it's a totally different assumption.
You think it's a different situation altogether?
No, about him betting on games, yeah, but I think it's a whole situation, a different assumption of why it happened.
Okay.
And why he got caught. What I think it is, yes, he's losing games, but the thing is, it's baseball. How many of them players knew that he was betting? And hear me out.
Oh,
hear me out.
Okay.
So he bets all his money. They lose on purpose. how much of that money that he won off the bet goes to the players? Now, hear me out after this. So how he got caught, maybe
because he didn't give them niggas the money.
Then give someone the money that they owed them. And they surrounded him out for it.
What a fucking.
That's just an assumption.
Hey, what a crazy ass scandal scenario. That's a juicy ass scandal. Like, if that's the situation, wow.
Because if it was me and he's betting 100,000, because them coaches get paid money.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He bets 100,000 for them to lose, and then he racks up 300,000. He splits it to the players. And I'm not getting my money after we just threw the game making me look bad, I'm snitching.
Fam, if that's the type of scandal situation that's going on, you got to think that this is the reason why they didn't want to have betting in the first place, because that right there of a situation. The crazy part that we could even think or assume that that's even a possibility is why I was thinking, why the fuck did they even bring betting into this shit? Because that's a wild thought. But betting, it seems real.
Exactly. But also that's when the NIL comes into play too. Because what players in college don't get paid like that? Softball, baseball, volleyball. It's the football and basketball players that are getting paid.
You right. I didn't think about putting those two together. Is the NIL? They're not really going in on the baseballs, the volleyball joints, all that shit. So they would be the more inclined to bet and fuck around and do some crazy wild shit like that.
Because Crimson Tide, who's the money makers? Football and basketball.
That's crazy. See, now to be honest, I feel like that makes that situation that you just said of a scandal more realistic to me. Like, I don't even think that's a reach no more.
But also, it could be his intentions couldn't even be bad. Also, it could be he betted the money because his players weren't getting the attention in NIL deals that they deserve. So
that's still illegal as fuck.
It's illegal regardless, but his intentions could have been good. Like, he could have been saying, like, we're going to lose so I can get you guys some money in your pockets. See? So there's a bunch of assumptions out there why it happened.
You said what, Cam?
Like, that messes up the integrity of it in sports. You can't sit there and say, like, hey, look, y'all niggas go out and y'all lose the game, and I'm going to make sure y'all... Now you got a situation where, because you're already
your paying, alarm going off somewhere.
No, that's it. She just woke up. But you're already paying, you know what I'm saying, for these kids' scholarships. You got boosters paying, you know what I'm saying, into the program and all these different things to have the team be successful. And you're going to sit there and try to tell these kids to go out here and lose for whatever reason so that you can put a little bit of money in their pocket when there's already resources in place for that to be the case.
I mean,
like, what?
I see what you're saying, but I feel like certain sports ain't getting that bread, fam. Like, some of these sports is out here still poor and you know, in the slave version of the college. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe not as bad as before, but I don't know. I don't think I got them resources like that, my guy.
And you're not wrong, but at the end of the day, it becomes a situation of if your sport doesn't have any traction, like, I'm sorry, bro, but, like, who's really watching, like, college badminton, bro? And it's not a knock against
I ain't watching that shit.
And it's an entertainment factor.
Now, if they got a fight joint where, like, how hockey is, I'll watch that shit for sure, but I'm not... So,
And see, that's the thing.
I'm going to ask you a question. Who won the NCAA title this past year?
Women or men?
Men.
The men, I know it, but I forgot the name of it because it was just that boring. Connecticut?
Basketball?
Yeah, basketball.
Connecticut.
He's at Connecticut.
Connecticut. Who won it for football? For the NCAA football?
Shit, I didn't watch that one.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Who won it for women's basketball?
LSU.
Now, women, I know LSU because that shit was hard. That shit was fun. I had to go back and rewatch that shit. Like,
Caleb Clark and that girl went nuts. I like that.
Hey, side note, real quick. I don't know if y'all saw about the new joint, old white girl. I forgot her name, Kimberly something or somebody.
Hold on, because I'm going to prove my point right now.
She just fucking signed or switched over with the portal. We'll talk about that portal thing later. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, bro.
Name me, off the top of your head, name me 5 college football players that went to the pro.
I can't name you one.
Name what?
5 college football players. I can.
On what?
because I actually watched the game.
Oh,
right?
Are you talking about the ones that just got drafted? Right
no. Just that's in the college right now. Not drafted because if you watch the draft though, you already know 5 names. They put them on TV just now. I'm saying give me 5 undrafted.
Oh, you can't,
nigga. Because only reason I say 5 undrafted is because they just plastered all these niggas' name on TV, so it's easy to remember them niggas' name. You see what I'm saying? That's easy to remember them names. Give me 5 niggas who are not drafted. Who because you got some killers who wasn't drafted, like great players. Give me 5. Give me 2 undrafted.
Give me 2
undrafted, nigga.
I'm glad we won.
But I was gonna try to twist it and say, look, you can name those college football players, even though they were in the draft. Like the players that came out in the draft this year, these are the top players. I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could talk about Bryce Young. You could talk about C.J. Stroud. You could talk about B. John Robinson.
Them niggas was probably betting too, low key.
But I'm saying, you can name these names, right?
Yeah.
Like the same chick, the LSU chick, you know what I'm saying? I know her by face. I know who she is. Now, you name me 5 college MLB players. Or college NCAA baseball players.
Fam, I don't, no idea. I ain't gonna even cap. I ain't gonna even say what I was about to say. I was about to say
and
something.
The same argument you can make for the WNBA.
Somebody named Miguel.
No. the same argument that you could make for the WNBA not making as much money as the NBA. If you're not bringing in that revenue as a sport, I'm sorry, nigga. Nobody's checking to watch college swimming, bro.
Fam, I get where you trying to go with it. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at the betting aspect of it. Like, I'm saying, just period. That part to me, like, you gotta fire that nigga, fam. You just got to.
Money, yeah. But at the end of the day, it's either a situation where A, he bet for his team to win, which he shouldn't have done. Or B, he bet for his team to lose, and he told his team to take a dive, bro, which he should have done.
Which is
and that's why the NIL is destroying college sports.
No, it's not. Stop that. NIL is not destroying college sports. It is not.
You don't think college athletes should get paid?
I don't think college. Hell no.
What? Nigga?
No. Because the reason at first I was with it. I was with it at first. Like when Zion almost blew his damn knee out his freshman year, and it almost cost him his whole career.
Okay.
I get that 100%. I get like Bronny, Mikey, they're all getting paid now. But here's the thing: now it's becoming more about how much money I can make rather than win a championship for my college. You can't say that they're more worried about the money than winning, and you can't say that's not true.
No. Hold on. What is the ultimate goal?
When you go to the professional, that's when you can make your money. At first, like I said, I was with it. At first, I was with it because like these players can get injured and it ruins the whole career. Like at first, I was with it.
College sports.
What'd you say?
What is the ultimate goal? Why are they playing college?
To go to professional.
Thank you. To make money, right?
Yeah.
So in this aspect, you're telling them, look, we're gonna pay you bread for your talents. I don't know anywhere where you can go in this world where people will sit there and say, hey man, come work for me for free, and I'm not going to pay you for your skill set, bro.
If that's the case, then allow them to skip. Allow them to go professional. Allow them to come out of high school and go professional.
But that's what the deal is set up for, so they can still go to college before then. So they okay, fam, look, that's wild what you just said, bro. Because only why I say that, right, is because basically what you're saying is you want the shit to go back to the old plantation where the college is making all these millions off of this player and they not getting a piece of it. Why would you want to go back to that? Like if you were in college and you was killing it, right? And the college was making crazy bread off of your jerseys, you don't want a piece of that bread to take care of your family?
I see what you're saying.
Man, take it a step back though. You talking about going from high school to college or high school to the pros.
Well, I'm saying college though. Okay. Period.
Oh, and this is why I said
they can go from high school to the pros.
Say I'm the top prospect in the nation.
Okay.
And I'm about to go. Let's say Clemson.
Okay.
I'm about to go Clemson, but I know because of the transfer portal, the bigger colleges bigger than Clemson, like Bama, SEC schools, are going to have the better overall players because the NIL, they want to see the SEC schools.
True.
What's the point of me busting my ass to be the number one prospect in the high school, but SEC school don't want me because I want to go to my dream school. and then we just get our ass blasted every fucking time.
Okay.
And then I take a chance of getting hurt and all that too. So what's the point of me making all this money and all that? And if I can't win a championship because all these bigger schools, bigger colleges get the money,
but
I
think
athletes.
Those two can be two different situations because somebody might go there just for the nostalgia of the name versus them not caring about winning. You see what I'm saying? Like if they're going there for winning, they're probably not going to that school. Period. You see what I'm saying?
Who's gonna give me the best opportunity to go to the league and who's gonna pay me the most money?
But that's why the same schools since NIL started have been in the championships too, like Georgia, Alabama, Michigan.
But this is why most people go to the big time colleges because of that situation.
Because the NIL deals, they can make more money going to these bigger schools.
True,
like that.
but no, that's not true. They can. Old boy up in Santa motherfucking Fe or whatever you call that shit. What's that? Dude. The dude that got caught with the shooting charge,
Mikey.
That nigga ain't do. What school he went to? Fuck out of here. That's my point. That's my motherfucking point. He had a bomb ass. How many millions he had on that deal?
His NIL deal was $2.7 million.
2.7 mil, fam. Come on, man. We don't even know what college he was. I mean, of course, it was in Cali, but I'm saying he wasn't no prime time joint. He was getting bread. So no, that shit don't make sense. Okay. You can make bread going to any school. You gotta produce though.
Now be honest. If he wasn't making an NIL deal before college,
they gonna find you, bro. It don't matter where you at.
Be honest. If the NIL deal didn't exist and Mikey wasn't making the money he was off the NIL deals, do you think he'd be the way he is now if he didn't have all that money? Do you think he'd be more focused on school and make sure he gets to college and all that first?
Hell yeah, you'll be focused. Okay. No. See, not. But see, that can't be the argument to pull somebody in because you gotta be responsible regardless, my nigga. You gotta get money. You gotta get the money, and the situation's gonna happen regardless. So let's say that he get that bread when he gets to the pros, right?
Yeah.
That same situation gonna happen. It's the person. It ain't the bread. You got to get the bread regardless.
And this is the difference.
All we're doing is exposing what was going to happen in the future earlier.
But this is the difference. Me and you are two grown-ass men. If I get $2.7 million, I'm going to make that shit last. If you get
negative, because if you go to the league and you get that 2.7 like you got when you was in high school, you're going to make the same mistakes like John Morant doing. He making the same dumbass mistakes he was doing when he was young, apparently. It's the same shit.
Giving a 16-year-old kid $2.7 million, bro.
What's the difference between giving a 21-year-old kid that, though? It's the same shit. These niggas in the league is 21. They balls ain't even dropped yet, money. They still smell like Similac.
Oh,
niggas still smell like niggas still on a titty.
Oh, fuck. And see, that's why I think you're wrong. Because when you're growing up through college and all that shit, when you become a profession, they teach
so you really want niggas to go through this 4-year run and then
4 years? Hell no.
Okay, nigga, a year ain't doing nothing in college, my G. Are we serious? Niggas spending the night in college and then he going straight there the next year. That's not a year, fam. He going for a season, not for a year.
A season. We see how it worked out for Ben Simmons, bro.
Man,
he wasn't even ready to make that.
I refuse to talk about Ben Simmons on this podcast.
No, we ain't talking about that.
I am not. Look.
I'd rather talk about Dylan Brooks.
I'm not here to do any Ben Simmons slander, but I do not. He's just not my brand of player that I like talking about or like viewing or anything. Like you gotta think, man. I'm a Westbrook fan. There's no way that Westbrook mixes with. Fam, Westbrook will punch that nigga.
Ben Simmons is the definition of a disappointment in the league.
All right, let me ask you a question.
I don't want to.
Let me ask you a question because I just seen it come out that Pat Bev and Westbrook on Pat Bev's podcast.
Hey, talk about it.
If the Lakers win a championship,
he gets it. He
gets it. Fam, I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that. Look, now the team I'm rooting for the most. Now here's the issue though. They're not gonna get past Denver. That's the issue. If we're being real, they're not getting past Denver.
Something happens.
Nobody's getting, fam. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. If y'all watching these games, y'all see what I'm talking about. Yeah. Nobody getting past Denver, fam. I'm talking about the East. The East ain't getting past Denver.
The Lakers match up better with Denver than Phoenix.
If anybody,
nah,
it is
LA.
100%.
Fam, they do, but them niggas, fam, the same shit happened with the Lakers, right? I mean, happened with the Suns. Is the exact same thing's gonna happen with the Lakers. Lakers don't have a super deep bench that can be reliable. Same thing with Phoenix. Same thing with. I feel like Phoenix and Lakers is the same damn team. You got three monsters, right? And then the bench is garbage. Same thing with Lakers. You got three monsters.
I would rather rely on Lakers bench rather than Phoenix.
I would rely on that, but I'm saying compared to facing the them Nuggets looking different right now, fam. So I'm saying if I had to put 500 right now, my last money, I'm going with the Nuggets to win the chip right now, fam. I'm talking about on the East. I'm looking at Celtics looking stupid. The Knicks ain't looking that. I mean, Knicks look alright, but they ain't looking, like that fire. Like 76ers just got their ass blown out. No homo. The Heat just lost the game, and Jimmy Buckets look like he might be injury prone. So if I'm being real, and why I tell you last pod? Why I tell you about Phoenix? I said the niggas might get swept.
Oh, you did?
And what they looking like right now?
I didn't disagree with you.
I'm telling you now, something is looking different about the Nuggets. But let me just in saying all that, I hope that however path it happens, the Lakers win it all. Cause give my nigga Westbrook a ring, nigga. Cause I'm telling you now, I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. I don't care for nobody. Hey, I want you to be like, hey, that nigga champion. I don't give a fuck how it happened. I don't care if he didn't play one single game in them playoffs.
He played what, over 70% of the games? He played in over 70.
Yeah, something like that.
Give him his ring. Give that man his ring.
Hey, give him his ring if them boys get
because
it. And I'm a champion his ring too.
Because he did hold it down when AD and LeBron were out. Give him his ring.
I'm a champion the fuck out that ring too. I'm going for all the slander if they coming for Westbrook.
Yeah,
if he get a ring,
he deserves it.
They were like 7 games under 5, and I'm a Westbrook fan, but they were like 7 games under 500 when they had Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook. I believe it was the acquisitions that pushed them to the next level.
It was. I mean,
you know what I'm saying, D'Lo.
Yeah, it was a lot of people that was talking about. Because like a lot of people were talking about, fam, I don't want to go for Westbrook, because he's doing great right now. But they was bringing up the shit he did when he was with the Lakers, and I get it. But see, a lot of people don't bring up the fact that coaching plays into a lot of that. We got a coach who just listen to what this nigga LeBron gonna say, right? Because LeBron is basically the coach, right? Niggas ain't want to put no onus on LeBron. Could have played the Kawhi Leonard role. Just like Kawhi did, right? Have LeBron play defense and be a shooter and let that nigga Westbrook cook. Because if they would have did that, it would have been the same team like the Lakers look like. I mean, the Clippers look like. Because that's all Kawhi did. That's all Kawhi did.
The Clippers is at? The Clippers is at? They at the crib.
Nigga, stop. But nigga, it's because the niggas wasn't healthy, fam. Don't do that.
He said they at the crib.
Don't do that. Don't do that, my nigga. I'm saying, fam, the Clippers is at home because they were not healthy. Because Paul George can't stay healthy. Kawhi Leonard is like an old ass man out there. Whenever he does inside the hoop, that's the only reason why they lost. Only reason.
John Wall still.
Does a healthy Clipper team?
Hell nah. John Wall got let go.
Are you sure? I thought he was just injured.
Fam, John Wall got let. Fam, stop that.
I didn't know.
I think John Wall is kicked out the. I think John Wall's actually kicked the league. Hold on 1 second. What is this? Did this thing just stop?
Cut out the league?
I think so.
Damn.
I just want my answer if a healthy Clippers team actually beats the Suns, bro.
Yes, 100%.
I don't think so.
Hold on 1 second, bro. Let me see. So maybe my charger thing didn't even. I didn't charge it and didn't realize it. Let's see. Damn, I didn't charge them either.
So we're just gonna go off this one?
I mean, we've been going off that one anyway. This one's gonna be just like a side view joint, like every now and then. But I mean, when we talking sports, it ain't like we need to, bounce off a whole bunch of screens anyway.
Oh yeah.
Not for real. But yeah, okay. So yeah, we actually, to be honest, we kind of went over like multiple, kind of brought up multiple combos because I had some of those joints in there. So no, you good. That was perfect. We just kind of went all up in them in the homo and that. That shit got crazy. But hold on. Let me go back to one more thing real quick, fam. You dead ass about you want the shit to go back to the original way where they not getting bread?
Me?
Like dead ass. No. This nigga right here by me. This nigga Rick. You really just think about what you're saying, fam. You wanted to go back to where the colleges and everybody's making all this bread, but the player, where the player's struggling, they not having shit to take to have them minded.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Because a lot of the college athletes,
nigga, like that's what
struggle.
This is. Yeah.
Okay,
but not just that though. You got some of these college players that jersey will literally sell for millions of dollars in the player
and they don't make a dime off of it.
Okay,
Don't
so
make a dime off of it.
Do you agree with the transfer portal shit? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't.
Okay, the transfer portal.
Listen, you trying to hold this hostage?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. No. This is how. If I'm the president of the NCAA, this is how I run it down. Transfer portal. Okay, we'll go ahead and make it. But here's the thing. Say you're a starter, like the center from where he just come from, Michigan State, I think. And then he just committed to Kansas.
The center from Michigan, yeah.
Yeah. So this is how I break it down. Okay. So if you play over, I say once you play over 80% of your games, you should not be able to enter transfer portal at all. But now if you're a player who's not getting any play time, like say you're under 20% of your playing of like.
But that's not what the transfer portal is for though. For people who not playing, it's for people who are playing, who are good, who are trapped in a situation, who want to move to a different team or whatever.
Okay,
you're about to be the starting point guard at, let's say, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So say the starting point guard is leaving, he's going to the draft. You're next up. You're like, hey, this is going to be my team next year. And all of a sudden they bring the point guard from, let's say, Alabama, he's a dog, but he should went to the league, but he said, no, I'm gonna stay back one more year. Then he goes to Oklahoma, and now here it is, like your ass. Oh, here it is now. Now you can't sit here and go. You're about to get taken down again because he transferred to Oklahoma. So how would that make you feel?
I'm about to kill your whole argument right now. It ain't personal. It's business, bro.
Go ahead.
It ain't personal. It's business. The same way a job wants you to put in a 2-week notice, but they'll sit there and fire you without you having any type of notice, and you out there with your butt blowing in the wind trying to make ends meet for your family, bro.
Pause.
I gotta make sure I take care. Pause. I gotta make sure I take care of me and mine. You see what I'm saying? So if Oklahoma is the best situation for me, then we in Oklahoma. But guess what? If Florida got a better deal, and Florida gonna make sure my pockets is right, and I got my playing time to make sure that I go to the league, then guess what? I'm going to Florida.
To me, I just
you
can't
can't
go
sit
with
there
it.
and tell.
And
you said what?
Hold on. You trying to say that all this is from the from the portal? You trying to say all this is linked to the portal?
What you mean?
See,
you trying to link all of this to the portal? Is what I'm saying. Like that's why you don't like the portal.
I don't like the portal because, like I said, I'm just tired of seeing them just jump.
The switch around. Fam, but what do you think? Okay. Let me ask you this: what is happening in the league right now?
Trades.
No, but people can like change teams, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the difference?
But they're trading for millions of dollars. These kids
it's millions of dollars in NCAA.
The guys that are in the transport ain't the ones that make the NIL deals.
That's not true because if they go switch, there might be a deal for them to sign or some kind of joint for them to sign if they move over there. Just like he was saying, if somebody's offering me a deal when I go to Florida, if I switch to Florida, right? Let's say next season I'm killing it, right? I'm talking about Oklahoma, and they say, "Yo, fam, if you come to Florida, we'll give you $1 million deal. Your family's taken care of." I'm going to Florida. I'm going to hoop in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Like that's what it's the same shit. Literally the same thing. Now, some things I feel like you're neglecting to bring up about the portal, right? Is you can't hoop a certain amount of games and then go right in and then be in there next season.
Thank you.
You gotta wait. No, you have to wait. You have to wait. Maybe even some of the situations you have to wait a full season. So you gotta sit there for one season, downtown, wait with them, sit on the bench, and then the next season you can come back. So that's why the portal, I believe, works.
And see, that's what like say I'm the backup point guard, But so what? So what you're saying is if you don't play so many games, you can't enter the transfer portal.
No, you can enter it, but you can't. I don't even think it matters how many games. I think as soon as you switch over, you're not allowed to play that very next season. You have to wait for the for the other season. You can't just switch it and then play unless you got. So it's either something about you got hurt, you got sick, or something where you couldn't even play.
So
the game
physically, if something physically happens to you, then that's what you're saying.
Then you can
And see, I can agree with that. That's why I feel like there should be a stipulation. You got to play 75% of the games before you get into. If you play 75% of your games this year, you can go ahead and get in that transfer portal next year.
Yeah, but if you get in the transfer, but see, once again,
but you said something physically happens
because you're gonna have to wait. The next season, you can't even play anyway.
But that's the thing, because some guys, they just sit out the season because they don't want to fucking be there. That's right there should be like, I'm like, no, you sat out purposely. You ain't getting no damn transfer portal. That's why I feel like it should be going there right there.
Bro, listen to what you're saying. You're trying to sit there. When the scholarship is signed, and a lot of people do not know this, and I didn't play Division I football, but I know a lot of people who did, and I played D2 football. When you sign a scholarship offer, bro, from the NCAA, that does not guarantee you that your scholarship is good for 4 years, bro. That is literally a 1-year scholarship for you that the university has to choose to renew. So there are athletes who will sign a letter of intent to go to these universities, and the same way they enter the transfer portal to go and do whatever they want to do, they don't get re-signed, bro. They don't get their scholarship back. They don't get their education paid for.
So you stay in there if you don't get your shit re-signed?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Okay, but tell me this though. What is your look like? What is the because apparently you seem to be like disgusted with this thing. What is the real deal? Like, give me the real shit. Like, did your team lose because they made a super team? Like, what is it?
No. I'm a Clemson Tiger fan through and through.
Right, but I'm saying like I don't see a reason to really hate that shit. What really gave you the disgust? Like, was there a player that moved and you're like, fam, you're already good. Why are you moving to them?
I don't know. I think it's more the fact that I feel like it takes the excitement out of college sports these days. Because now you see all these teams like Georgia and Alabama loading up.
Bro, I 100% disagree with that.
So you know, who the hell do you see winning the championship the next 2-3 years?
Fam,
Alabama and Georgia. That's it.
Okay,
that's it. That's all.
But we watching them though. We watching them now.
Like you know who's gonna win because these teams are loading up because they.
That's what makes us want to watch them though. In my opinion, for example, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm be real with you. I'm watching every women's NCAA. I'm watching every LSU game since old girl signed with them, or since old girl switched over to them. I'm watching. I'm not joking. I'm watching every game because that white chick. I'm gonna find her name.
Caitlin Clark. You talking about the white girl that
when she went over there. They were like, "Hey, yo, seriously?" So I'm like, "Oh hell no!" I'm watching every one of these games, every game. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for her switching over, I wouldn't have cared to watch it still.
Mm-hmm. I bought her jersey too.
You see what I'm saying, though?
I bought her jersey.
See, you see what I'm saying? But it's because of that. Yeah. So if anything, she's helping. She's helping people want to see the game. You said what?
I said that brings excitement to the sport. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Right, but
you bring excitement, but you also expecting LSU's finna just walk through the season next year.
Okay, look, what you're saying makes sense. But if there's no expectation, nobody's gonna watch. There has to be expectation, fam.
Who are you expecting to beat them next year?
Fam, the same team they played in the championship can probably work their ass.
Iowa?
Fam, old girl was nasty. Like, hey, she was cold.
They had someone transfer to Iowa too.
But see, you see what I'm saying? So they gonna get better too.
They both gonna get better, and they're gonna be the same exact team you're expecting.
And I'm here for it. I'm here for it, bro. I wanna watch that shit. I want a round 2 of that shit, bro. Oh God. All right, fam. I appreciate you picking up, man. I didn't want to hold you too long. I didn't even realize we gonna get that deep into random shit.